Hey YouTube, it's Alicia here. Hope everybody is having a great morning. None other, I am coming to y'all with a TV show review, and this is off of Peacock streaming service. Now, I have a cousin who has a streaming service who came and put his streaming service up while he was visiting. And I and left, and I got to finally watch the new version of the Fresh Prince of Belair. None other, I'm going to be comparing the new Fresh Prince of Belair to the old version. So let's start off with the intro. The intro is totally different. I actually will say I still like the original with Will Smith singing the hook and everything. But that's that. So let's talk about the opening where we'll get in. I don't remember the opening the original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but he went from the West Phillies to Beverly Hills and stuff. And so what they did in this one, instead of when if you remember in the opening of the original, tell the cabbie, haha, I'll smell you later. Well, instead of the Jazzy ended up being the cab driver, he said luxury cab driver and stuff in the original series. And I go, okay, they kind of changing it up a little bit. So that kind of impressed me. So when he got there, he sees this huge mansion. He did not know his Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv and their kids lived in this big, extravagant home. So that was like something they made a little bit authentic. But one of the things I like when Will gets out the car and he goes, you must be Will. And he goes, and you are? He said, oh, I'm Jeffrey. So they gave Jeffrey this, I will always say I love the original Jeffrey. I will always say I love the original Jeffrey. But this Jeffrey, I love it because number one, let's just say he's not a butler. They gave him a different title in this one. Instead of a butler and doing everybody's laundry and clothing and everything, he was the house manager and stuff. So I'm going, okay. And how he paid Jazz as his cabbie and stuff, like he goes, I'm going, okay, it's kind of cool, I like it. So we never saw that with the original. So like giving Jeffrey that, okay, and then you hear later on in the series you hear him called Jeffrey G and stuff. So yeah. Then as soon as he walk in, Hillary comes in and stuff, and Hillary and Will said, come to the party, sure. And she goes, let Hillary find you something in Carlton's closet to wear. And Hillary go, oh, I'm gonna doll you up, I'm gonna show my followers. So they kind of take the YouTuber, Instagram influencer, and turned Hillary Banks into that. Who Hillary Banks played by is none other Coco Jones. Now, I think everybody who used to be a Disney Channel fanatic or knew watched Disney Channel probably remember Coco Jones. Coco Jones appeared in one Disney Channel movie and I think a couple of shows. Y'all, let me tell you, so the transformation from the Hillary Banks we remember in the original series to the Hillary Banks now, I like this Hillary Banks. She's like proactive. She's like trying to make something of herself in this one. And if you remember in the original, she was all more of a, how you say, spoiled brat, spend daddy's money. Okay. And then if you remember in the original, the Uncle Phil was the one who laid down the law with her and stuff, telling her that she needs to find a career. Her mom said, I want to see how passionate you are for this. And she's the one who laid down the law with Hillary Banks. But let me just tell you something. This from the Hillary Banks from then and now, I would say both of them are, the fashion is on point. But the fashion from the original Hillary Banks, she was always on point. She always wore these dresses, like two-piece dresses, dress suits, or a full button-down dress with a hat or something. That's what was the original Hillary Banks. Gave us Chanel and Gucci and stuff like that and stuff. This one, oh, she's still giving us, she's still slaying, but she's doing it without the hats. And I like this version of Hillary Banks. Now, like I said, when she dressed up well and she take pictures and stuff, and it's this beautiful, let me just say this, lavender, grayish, pinkish suit. Oh my gosh, she got me with that. And she's all in love, and she has his tennis shoes on. And he see his Uncle Will, and he says, excuse me, fellas. And when you see Uncle Phil, I'm going, who? This is just the actor I didn't recognize, but this version of Uncle Phil I liked. So I don't know what age limit they're trying to target with every person of the cast. But I really think this Uncle Phil is pretty cool and everything and stuff. And then you have all these, you have that. And then we're kind of exploring a lot of different things and stuff. And then we meet Carlton. All right, Carlton. Okay, y'all know Carlton was so preppy and everything. And I wonder if Rafonso Abera might appear in the show, in this new version. The reason I say that, because if you remember the original Carlton was not a popular guy in the original series. In the original series, Fresh Prince of Belaire, if you remember, Carlton Banks was not a popular guy in school. He was more like with the geeks, but he was more of a popular geek, if you get what I'm saying. He did play sports, but he wasn't, all that good. So in this one, they made him sort of like the big boy on campus. He's like supposed to be like a big star across player and thing alongside. Okay, but then Aunt Viv, I loved Aunt Viv. She just tripped me out. And then we meet Lisa now. I love that they're doing different types of women on the show. They have this beautiful plus size young woman to play Lisa. And Lisa has the braids, and they made Lisa be Carlton's ex-girlfriend, who becomes Will's, a good friend of Will's, who Will kind of has a liking to and stuff. And one of the scenes I really thought, oh my God, that is ripped from the headlines. Is ripped from, no, well, not ripped from the headlines, ripped from what really goes on today. And one of the scenes where Carlton is in the locker room and Will hears the music playing, and he watching Carlton. Carlton's just standing there in the middle, and these white boys are singing a black song that has the N-word in it. And Will said, oh, so you gonna just stand here and just condone his behavior by letting him just sit here and say the N-word in there? And he goes, it's just in a song. It might be just in a song, but I really think they was trying to teach a moment right with this. Not only that, the guy's named Chad, and Chad has a problem with what's off the bat, has a problem with Will. none other Carlton and Chad cahoots together and try to get Will suspended and expelled, and I think and stuff. So then Will try out for the boys basketball team. So if you remember in the original, Will was on the basketball team, but also Carlton was on the basketball team as well and stuff. And but in this one, they on two different sports, and the family's trying to split their time from with Will's basketball game and go to split their time with Will's basketball game and split their time at Carlton's lacrosse game. And dude that don't show up in the beginning of Carlton's lacrosse game, he gets, he gets a little mad and stuff, and he gets, kicked off the field and stuff because of his attitude and stuff like that. And they took bits and pieces from the original show. And overall, when it comes to the new version versus the old version, number one, let's talk about it. Will Smith is sort of like I think he's creator or co-creator. Don't quote me on that, but that was that. I actually like the new version, but they're taking things that what young people are going through today and putting it in the new show, but taking a little bit of some of the older scenes and giving a new life to it. And like the one thing I love that is so new is the new version of Hillary Banks. Coco Jones played that character to the T. Jeffrey character is the manager of the house. He's the manager of the house, not a butler of the house. So you get two different things. But he's supposed to have like anything. And the one part I love is like the sorority and fraternity episode. Y'all, where Will kind of help his uncle Phil to get this pastor to work with him and back him on his campaign and stuff, and Will use that and get him to do the step with the fraternity brothers to get this pastor to have Will back. And like Will just looked at this pastor like, can't believe he's like doing Uncle Phil like this. He's like looking at him like, did he really just my Uncle Phil? So it's like, but as they come back and they like, hanging out and he said if it wasn't for Will, he kind of helped me and stuff like that. And we meet Vivian's sorority and stuff like that, and then Vivian's close friends who are in the sorority asked Hillary how did the cooking at this go and everything and stuff, and she goes, I need to show y'all something. And like it's her on her social media telling her how she was disrespected by this company and stuff, saying, oh, but your brand is not our brand. Oh, it's just a black brand and stuff like that. And like, she was just showing her how she felt about it and stuff like that and stuff. And the female sororities who was close to Vivian, like felt like, oh, they kind of disrespected her. And I don't get why this Vivian from the original the original and the second Vivian to this one. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all what I feel about that in a minute. But with that, it's like they trying to show a demeanor of like Hillary like getting disappointed but being disrespected, but showing where her mother is trying to push her in the right direction again due to her mother and father's connections and stuff like that. I mean, that's a good part and thing. None other. The one thing I want to see how they portray is I want to see how they portray all of the original Hillary. If you remember, Hillary Banks in the original series had a lot of suitors, and she was engaged twice, if you remember. So I want to see how that's going to go. None other. We didn't see much from little Ashley in the series in there, but I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with her. But overall, so let's get on Aunt Viv. I think this Aunt Viv is a combination of the original Aunt Viv and Aunt Viv number 2. So the reason I say that is if you look at Aunt Viv number 2, she has more of the fashion style of Aunt Viv number 2 and a little bit of the makeup and hairstyling of Aunt Viv number 1, but they combined them both into one. So that's what I feel about that. Overall, this Aunt Viv I actually like. I wonder what do the two, I wonder what Janet Hubbard and Aunt Viv number 2 things, because I really think this is great, but I cannot wait. But my favorite moment from the new series, the new Fresh Prince of Belaire is, if you remember when Will first started wearing his coat inside out and stuff like that, and think it was like he was making a fashion statement. Here we go again. He's making, but they put a story behind it why he turned his jacket inside out and stuff, and everybody started following him. So I want to see where this goes, but then the question of the day is, what Fresh Prince of Bel-Air moment you cannot wait to see them do from the original series? That's all I have time for. But if I have to rank this video, if I have to rank the original, the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I'll give it a straight 9. Right now it's a straight 9, but I have to see development from each one. But it's a pretty good deal and stuff like that, but we don't know and stuff. So I can't wait to see what's gonna go, how it's gonna go down and everything. But that's all I have time for. I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.